Crunch time starts here. It's Friday evening, and you are tuned to PlayOn Sports' coverage of the 2012 North Coast Section Division I playoffs between the number 2 seed California Grizzlies of San Ramon and the number 7 seeded Foothill Falcons of Pleasanton, live from Ernie Burger Stadium on the campus of California High School. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Stephen Davies, and it's my pleasure to be joined once again by our analyst Harold Mills, our videographer James Davies, and tonight's producer Omar Lewis. Once again, you are tuned to PlayOn Sports' coverage of the 2012 North Coast Section Division I playoffs. Second-seeded California riding high after winning a share of the 2012 East Bay Athletic League title for only the second time in school history. The Grizzlies are looking to get back to the Division I title game for the first time since 2010, when former quarterback Drew Reel and running back Kyle Alvarez carried the Grizzlies to the Oakland Coliseum. Head coach Eric Bilecki has led his team to an 8-2 record in 2012 and a 5-1 record in East Bay Athletic League play, earning a first-round bye in the process. Senior running back Karis Johnson will be the star of the show out of the backfield tonight. He's had a fantastic season, rushing for over 1,100 yards and 18 touchdowns. Junior signal caller Cameron Owen will assume the reins of the offense, and he's also had a very solid season, throwing for 14 touchdowns and just 5 interceptions. On defense, look for strong safety and leading tackler Nico Mendieta to make his presence felt in the secondary, while up front expect to hear the names of linebacker Daniel Hornet and defensive lineman Kevin Leathley, both players with over 50 tackles on the season. 7-seeded Foothill are back in the playoffs following last year's absence, the first time since 1991 that the Falcons were not part of the playoffs, despite defeating bitter rivals Amador Valley 21-7 in the final game of the 2011 season. Legendary coach Matt Sweeney, now in his 26th season as head coach, will be eager to make a deep run in the Division I playoffs. Foothill defeated 10-seeded Deer Valley in the opening round last week at Roger Dabney Memorial Field, 28-17 for their first playoff victory since 2009, as Griffith Gates had a fantastic game, carrying the ball 27 times for 143 yards and 2 touchdowns. Sophomore quarterback Kyle Kearns rebounded for his 5-interception game against Amador Valley the previous week. He went 9 of 17 for 141 yards and a touchdown pass to tight end Jack Finney. I'd like to keep an eye on Cal-bound tight end and outside linebacker Ray Hudson on both sides of the ball tonight, as well as the speedy junior running back Jameer Holland and senior offensive defensive lineman Trent Morgan. And now to bring in our analyst, Harold Mills. Harold, we're in the middle part of November, and things are beginning to get serious here in the North Coast Section playoffs. It is indeed crunch time after all. Both teams tonight featuring powerful ground games. Griffith Gates for Foothill, Karis Johnson for California, but both can make you pay through the air as well. In your opinion, what are some of the keys to victory for the two teams here tonight?
Well, tonight you have two teams that have played earlier in the season. Earlier in September, they played each other, and Foothill wound up being on the losing end of that game, losing 36-7, and a big part of that reason is because of the strong run game that Cal High has. Karis Johnson, last game, rushed for 19 carries, 155 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Foothill's defense is definitely going to have to slow him down tonight if they want to try to rebound from last game they played. And as for Foothill, it's all on Griffin Gates and Jameer Holland. Griffin Gates the power, Jameer Holland the speed on the outside. And as long as they can get them two running, I don't see why Foothill would not have a chance to win this game tonight.
Cal and Foothill met back on the 28th of September in a lopsided victory at Roger Dabney Memorial Field as Cal took that game 36-7. And the big difference in that game was that Cal's defense was just smothering that night, limiting Foothill to just 104 yards of total offense, 49 on the ground and 55 through the air. And to give you an example of how difficult they made it for Jameer Holland and Griffith Gates. Holland 3 carries for 27 yards. Gates just 6 carries for 21 yards. How do you think Foothill go about remedying that here tonight in front of a tough away crowd here at Ernie Burger Field?
Well, it's going to be against a tough crowd tonight, and if they cannot get their running game going tonight, they're going to have to try to find some way to get Ray Hudson involved, and maybe some short passes or some passes, long passes over the middle of the field to get him involved in the passing game, and probably to see if you can run a couple of screens to get Jameer Holland into the open field. I don't think they did that last game. Get him into the open field more this game so he can do what he does and get you up the field more.
Two teams being introduced here on a cold and hazy night here. A very light drizzle falling here in San Ramon tonight. Luckily not raining quite as heavily as it was earlier on this afternoon here in San Ramon. We're going to take a quick break as they introduce the two teams. We'll be right back for the start of this one here from Ernie Burger Field. You're tuned to PlayOn Sports' coverage of the 2012 Division I second-round playoff game between the second-seeded California Grizzlies and the 7th-seeded Foothill Falcons. Back with you in just a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. We are back with you live on PlayOn Sports for the 2012 North Coast Section Division I second-round playoff between the second-seeded California Grizzlies of San Ramon and the seventh-seed Foothill Falcons of Pleasanton here from Ernie Berger Field on the campus of California High School here in San Ramon. Stephen Davies, Harold Mills on a cold and drizzly night here on the campus of California High School. Cal will receive to start this game. They're going from right to left on your screen in the orange uniforms with the black pants and black helmets. Foothill from left to right, and the white tops, the yellow pants, and the blue helmets. As you mentioned, Foothill will kick off. Begin the first half of action. A couple players back deep to each side of the field here for California. California, of course, getting a bye as the 2012 joint East Bay Athletic League champions, sharing the title with San Ramon Valley. Both teams with a 5-1 record in East Bay Athletic League play. And Foothill defeating 10-seeded Deer Valley last week in Pleasanton, 28-17, to reach a second-round playoff game. Nico Caro to kick. It's a short one, fielded at about the 25 by California. Take it to the outside, and it's a good return here across the 45. Out of bounds, just shy of midfield. But a short kick from Caro, and California make them pay early as Peter Farina takes a short hop there and returns it back.
Peter Farina there with a great return for the first kickoff of the game. Already got him to midfield to get his offense going tonight.
It's a slightly slick field out there tonight. It has been raining most of the afternoon here, but certainly not with the intensity that we saw in the early part of this afternoon out here in the East Bay. California's first offensive possession of the day, and the junior signal caller Cameron Owen wearing number 15 under center. You have an I formation behind him, and flags fly here on the very first play from scrimmage. Get the call here in just a second. There'll be offsides on Foothill's defense, so they'll move the ball up 5 yards and actually move it into Foothill territory here, or just shy of midfield here for the first time.
And Foothill can't afford to do too many of these this early, especially the way this Cal's offense likes to move.
Karis Johnson, the feature back here for California, wearing number 32. Definitely a player to keep an eye on here for tonight for California. And he made Foothill pay, I should say, on the 28th of September when these two teams met, scoring from the second play from scrimmage on that first possession of the game. Here's a handoff inside, but Foothill's defense is at Griffith Gates, among others, leading the charge of the Foothill defense.
And that's what they're going to have to do tonight. They're going to have to collapse those holes very, very quick before Karis Johnson gets moving out of the backfield.
It's a gain of maybe 1 on the play. It'll bring up a second down and 4. Early going here in the first quarter. 11.5 minutes remaining, first quarter play. Couple receivers out right side, I formation behind Owen. He's under center. Foothill defense showing blitz from the outside. It's a quick handoff to the inside, and breaking through a big hole across the 40, and a fine carry there by number 48, Austin Terry, the senior fullback.
Austin Terry there. A great play by him. He got the ball, hit the hole hard. Foothill was blitzing from the outside, didn't have enough men in the box, and was able to run right by the defensive line of Foothill. Great play by Cal High.
Yeah, big hole opening up there in the center of the line for Austin Terry, and he needed no second invitation to exploit that. A first down then for California, and it's 1st and 10 from the Falcon 36. 2 receivers out right side with Terry in front of Johnson. Play action. Owen goes to the air, has a wide open receiver, makes a catch at about the 15-yard line. In all kinds of space there was number 8, Shane Haley for California.
Shane Haley, the senior tight end, was wide open in the middle of the field. Cameron Owens did a perfect play fake to his running back, and the tight end for Cal High was just wide open in the middle of the field, nobody around him. If it wasn't for him falling to try to catch the ball, it would have been a touchdown. Difficult
to say if he lost his footing there or if that was an underthrown pass from Owen. Either way, Foothill coverage well beaten there on the backside, and it's another 1st and 10 now from the Foothill 15. Owen under center, single back. Behind him is the fullback, Terry. It's a give to Terry on the inside, but Foothill's defense snuffs that out.
Foothill's defense doing everything they can to slow this offense down early. Now early here in this first quarter, California High has thrown a couple of passes that has worked for them, and Foothill has to do something to adjust to that.
3 yards gained on the carry. They'll bring up, or 2 yards, excuse me. So they'll bring up a 2nd and 8 here with 10 minutes remaining. First quarter play. Wide out far side is Blake Guardino. He's a single wide out here I formation and a wing back for Owens under center. Owen a give inside to the running back, but he's tripped up for a gain of maybe 3 on the inside. Handoff there appears to be C.J. Cornwell on the carry for the Grizzlies.
C.J. Cornwell there on the carry, and that's another thing with California High. They feature different backs. They like to get the ball to different backs and different receivers, so you're going to see a lot of different players with the ball tonight.
So look for the wing back here, Karis Johnson to the right side. Bunch formation here. Flags fly on 3rd and 4. Let's see who this call goes against. See if it's another offside penalty against Foothill. That's a false start against California's offense. So an offside penalty and then a false start on this drive.
Foothill's defense should take this opportunity right now to capitalize on that penalty of Cal High.
They've been able to stop the inside run here on the first 2 plays. This part of the drive. And this is a situation you think would favor Foothill's defense right here. They got 3 back in coverage. Owen rolls out right side, gets a block, fires for the far side, wide open receiver, it's in for the touchdown. C.J. Cornwell untouched into the end zone for the score.
They ran a play action option run there. The quarterback stepped back, looked, had the wide receiver down the field, and wide open was his receiver for the touchdown.
15-yard touchdown pass from Owen to Cornwell. And perhaps worryingly for this Foothill defense early on is receivers being able to get into a lot of open space here. And that time Owen rolling out to his right. A confident throw finds a wide open Cornwell. Extra point attempt is up. And it is good as Nate Grixey, the kicker, the senior, sends it through the uprights. So quickly here, with under 3 minutes gone in the first quarter of play, California lead over Foothill 7-0. Harold, what do you have for us?
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you are enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Thank you, sir. He's Harold Mills. I'm Stephen Davies. James Davies providing the video footage tonight. Omar Lewis, our producer, behind the controls for PlayOn Sports. We're glad you're with us here from Ernie Berger Field on the campus of California High School here in San Ramon. A good-looking opening drive there for California, and especially the play of Cameron Owen there, distributing the ball.
Cameron Owens is doing great job here in that first drive, especially. Found 2 wide-open receivers there on a couple of play actions. Foothill's defense has to adjust to what they're doing if they have any plans on slowing down this high-powered offense of California High.
Owen making the Foothill defense pay on 3rd and 9 with a 15-yard touchdown pass. C.J. Cornwell to open the scoring for the second-seeded Grizzlies. Again, they received a bye for the first round of the playoffs. So they've actually had a week off since their last game. No signs of rust on that opening possession then for California. And now we'll get our first look at the Foothill offense. 2 players back deep for Foothill, taking it about the 5, returnable to the 15, to the 20, to the inside. Nice return here by Isaiah Langley. Langley to about the 26-yard line before he's finally brought down. Go ahead, Harold.
That was a very decent return by Isaiah Langley, the sophomore running back out of Foothill. Saw the holes and hit it up, and was a couple of breaks away from taking it to the house.
He certainly can take him to the house. He took it back 94 yards in the 36-7 loss against California early on in the season. So we'll get our first look now at Kyle Kearns, the sophomore quarterback. It's a quick out route to Hudson. Hudson across the 30 to about the 35, and he's a tough guy to bring down. Shy of the first down to about the 36.
Ray Hudson, their big senior, is 6'4", 235. That's what they have to do. They have to get him more involved in this offense this game and let him work some of his magic and trying to get his offense down the field.
8-yard throw from Kearns to Hudson. Yeah, Hudson going to Cal next year. And he is a monster out there, as Harold mentioned, 6'4", 235. A big target man with safe hands. He'll line up to the right side of the formation here. Wing backs to each side. Empty backfield here for Kearns. It's an end around. It's Jamea Holland. Holland changing directions nicely and gets tripped up. That's good enough for a first down as he gets across the 37 to maybe the 39.
And that's what Jamea Holland does. He can switch directions on the dime. He was running a sweep there, cut back, was going down in the backfield, kept his legs moving, was able to get back to the middle of the field and get to the first down.
The perfect combination, really, of speed and power in this Foothill backfield. The hard-nosed running of Griffith Gates. He's wearing number 45. And then the speedy moves of the junior Jamea Holland. So first down Foothill, and they're on the move here with 8:30 to go first quarter. Go the end around again. This time to Langley. Turn in the corner across the 40. Langley breaks the tackle to about the 45 before he's finally brought down as Jake Lepere and Zach Guardino on the tackle for California.
When you have two speedsters in the backfield, Langley and Jamil Holland, this is exactly what you want to do. You want to try to get those two guys specifically to the outside and try to let them use their speed to beat the defenders up the sideline.
And it certainly worked for him here in the early going with both Langley and Holland making moves. Second down and 4 to go then from the Falcon 45-yard line. Hudson, the receiver, out far side. Gates lining up in the wing back to the left. They'll send Holland in motion. They give to Gates, and he's wrapped up. Great effort on defense by California. Kevin Leafley and Paul McBam combining on the stop.
Kevin Leafley was there immediately as Griffin Gates got the ball and brought him down in the backfield for a loss of yards for the Foothills offense.
That was a very encouraging sign for California's defense to be able to wrap up Griffith Gates that ferociously. They faked the end around to Jamia Holland that time and instead gave it to Gates on the inside. But he goes nowhere, and now Foothill are looking at a 3rd and 4. No gain on the previous play. Holland and another player lined up a receiver. Kearns dropped back, pressure coming, fires, completes Jack Finney across midfield, and Finney will get across the 40 to about the 35. That's the first down.
Excellent play there. California was blitzing from the outside, and by the good eyes of the quarterback from Foothill, Kyle Kearns was able to get the ball to his tight end there and got up the field for the first down.
Good looking throw there from the sophomore Kyle Kearns, hitting Jack Finney in stride. So Kearns has found both his two top target men here, Hudson and Finney, in the early going. Empty backfield again. Wing backs to the right side of Gates and Enrico Schiaffino. It's a handoff to Holland, and he gets wrapped up. Lost the yardage on the carry. Nowhere to go there. There's about 3 or 4 Grizzlies in on the tackle.
Ran another sweep to the other side of the field, and the California High's defense, one person grabbed him, and the rest came within the next 2 seconds and jumped all over Jamil Holland there.
So second down. No gain on the play from the California 35-yard line. Crowd still filing in here. Staying dry at the moment. Let's hope it remains that way the rest of the evening. 2nd and 10 then from the California 35. Shotgun here for Kearns. Firing left, takes a shot. Pass looking for Finney's overthrown, and he got leveled there on that throw. Pressure came in the form of Daniel Hornet there to deliver the hit.
Daniel Hornet came and delivered a vicious blow. Didn't give Kearns much time to throw the ball at all. Kearns really just trying to get the ball out there before taking the sack.
Yeah, he was looking for Jack Finney across the middle, but the pass well overthrown. And the Falcons now looking at a 3rd and 10. Kearns over to the sideline for a quick word. Back to the huddle. So we'll go 4 wide here. Jamia Holland will actually line up as the 5th receiver. So empty backfield here once again for Kearns on 3rd and 10. Steps up in the pocket. Now takes off to the left. Kearns going to try and use his feet here and dives for the first down marker. That's going to be really close indeed. Good recognition by Kearns, seeing the play break down around him, stepped up in the pocket and took off to the left. That's going to be close, Harold.
That was great recognition by the young quarterback, sophomore quarterback Kearns there for Foothill. Saw open space and took off to the sideline and put his body on the line for his team and dove out there for the first down. But it looks like they're marking 4th down from here.
Yeah, they're going to say he's about a yard shy here. They needed to get to the California 25 for first down. It appears that the Falcons will be about a yard short. This will be about a 42, 43-yard kick for Nico Caro here. Should Foothill try and get 3 points. And I think now they're going to actually bring the chains out here and just make sure they've got this correct. Boy, this is really close, Harold.
Yeah, it was a very, very close call.
They're about maybe half a football shy of the first down mark. So it'll be 4th and inches here, and decision time for Coach Sweeney.
Well, usually in these situations for Foothill, you'll see big Griffin Gates come into play here right now. I'm more than certain that's who they're going to give it to.
Yeah, this is about perhaps 6 inches shy of the first down mark. And, well, you put your money on giving it to Griffin Gates on the inside here. They just want to be sure they've got the spot correct as the chain gang comes out. So the Falcons need less than a foot then here on 4th down. 5:58 to go first quarter. California with the lead. A 15-yard touchdown pass from Cameron Ohm to C.J. Cornwell. And the Falcons now trying to keep this drive going. Hudson will line up to the right side. Gates directly behind Kearns. Holland to his left. Kearns will turn, hand off to Gates. He's fumbled the ball and they didn't get it. Great pressure by California's front line there to prevent Gates from even getting close to the first down mark, Harold.
Well, I knew that ball was going to go to Griffin Gates, and obviously they did too from the last game. And they was able to get in there immediately. They got the defensive line of Cal High got low and drove the offensive line of Foothill back and even caused Griffin Gates to fumble the ball there. Great play by California High's defense there.
Foothill perhaps a slightly undersized line, but California made him pay in a big way. Gates never even got back to the line of scrimmage, let alone have a chance to gain that 6 inches needed for the first down. Turnover on downs, and California quickly back out on offense. Here's a toss sweep to the left side. Good open field tackle there. That's a nice play by Trevor Mays to bring down the running back.
Excellent play by Trevor Mays. He saw the ball, broke on it, and went straight in for the tackle and got the player down immediately.
Looked like that was Owen on the keeper there on the left side, but there's a flag on the play. It's a false start against California, so I'll push him back 5 yards, but shouldn't take anything away from a fine open field tackle there by Trevor Mays, lowering the shoulder and bringing down the carrier. So the second false start penalty of the game then for California. I'll push him back 5 yards. But a huge stop on defense as Griffith Gates on 4th and inches is stopped. They hit him so hard he actually lost grip of the ball too. So big play there from California's defense. 1st and 15, then 5:35 to go, first quarter of play. California up by a touchdown. Owen will hand off left side to Johnson. Maybe 2 or 3 yards as Perry Cheney and others combine on the stop for Foothill.
Matt Louie there for Foothill also in on the tackle. Great play by him to keep the outside containment and was able to keep it outside and went in for the tackle. And as his other players came in to bring him down also.
Quiet game for Johnson so far. Don't think they called his number on that first drive. It's efficient use of the offense all the same, both running and throwing the ball there for that first offensive possession for California. A yard gain by Johnson on the carry, and a 2nd and 14 from the near side hash mark. Foothill have 7 in the box. They almost jumped there. That was close. Yeah, I think they're going to say Foothill are offside. Let's see.
Well, it looks like one player jumped offside, was able to get back, and then another player jumped off, and I think he was able to get back.
Will Theophanopoulos, the player that jumped offside for Foothill. It's a false start against California, so. Well, the second one on this possession.
So what happened there is that both players on Foothill that jump was able to get back, and that startled the offensive lineman for Cal High, and he jumped, so that was the reason for the offsides on Cal High.
2 false start penalties on this drive have pushed California back now. It's 2nd down and 19 from their own 19-yard line, and they'll go with 2 wide receivers here. Johnson in the backfield, I formation behind him. It's a fake give to Johnson, the handoff up the middle to Austin Terry for a couple of yards, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 13 to go.
Well, they like to run that confusing type offense, run a couple of play fakes to some of the running backs, and next thing you know, the ball is going up the middle. So great recognition there by Foothill's defense. Keep an eye on him.
This is a good way to rebound here from Foothill's defense after the offense got stopped on 4th and inches. Now 3rd and 12 coming up from the 25 of California. 3 wide receivers, 1 left, 2 right here. Play action. Owen, plenty of time, throws downfield as a receiver. Oh, and he went right through his hands. Blake Guardino was to the house, but he just couldn't hold on.
Blake Guardino there beat his defender that he was on. I believe it was Isaiah Langley that was on him. He had ran past him and was clearing the field for a touchdown, but just slipped through his hands. The ball is real wet out there and was not able to bring the ball in.
Great looking throw from Cameron Owen. Put that on the money, but Guardino just unable to hold on. So Karras Johnson on to punt then for California on 4th and 12. Ray Hudson back deep for Foothill here at the Falcon 35. Johnson's ready for it. High snap. Ooh, just about got that off in time. Almost blocked there by Trevor Mays. It's a short kick from Johnson. And I'll take a kind California bounce just inside the Foothill half of the field. So Karis Johnson did well there with the odd rush and Trevor Mays to get that kick off. This is good field position here for Foothill in that second offensive possession of this first quarter.
And the way they was driving the ball in their first possession, this is a great spot for them. They have a chance to move down the field and possibly make something happen here. Let's remember now that California High did not play last week and Foothill did. So Foothill should take advantage of that lack of time that they had to get some game time in from Cal High.
Yeah, it's quite the balance between getting the rest and the extra week off, but then perhaps the crispness of the play goes away a little bit. Here's a quick out. Hudson's in space here, right side. Hudson lowering the shoulder across midfield to about the California 48. A couple of tough yards gained there after the catch.
And you'll see that same play, that quick receiver screen to Ray Hudson there. That is their guy on offense. And if he can get a couple of blocks in front of him, that play can go to the house.
So second down and about 6 to go, then 4-yard catch by Hackfield. Hudson to the right side. It's hand off to Gates, and look at Gates go across the 40. Breaks the tackle, shoulder charges a man out the way to about the 30-yard line, Griffith Gates. And that's quite the 1-2 punch they have with Hudson and Gates here on offense.
Yeah, that was a perfect draw play to Griffin Gates, the fullback there, and that's what you're going to see. That's what happens when Griffin Gates gets a head of steam again, and he's going to run a couple of people over, and that's exactly what you saw there on that play.
Wouldn't like to be the guy in the Grizzlies secondary with a task of having to bring down Griffin Gates. Gates 6'3", 235, the senior captain of this Foothill team. Big run there in the open field for Falcon first down from the California 29. Turns another handoff inside to Gates, and he goes nowhere this time. Nice defensive play. California think they got a fumble here, and they do indeed. Gates fumbles the ball, and California come up with it.
Griffin Gates there with his second fumble of the night. The ball is slippery out there. He has to tuck that ball in tight. And with his hard running style, he has to cover the ball there because they're going to be bringing the hits to the ball. And Griffin Gates, not too shy from fumbling the ball. He's fumbled a few times this season, and he has to just keep a hold on to that.
Kevin Leathley, the captain here for California, the player to make the fumble recovery. And another promising Foothill drive stalls off a fumble from Griffith Gates this time. So California's offense back out on the field, 2:18 to go, first quarter. It's a handoff to Johnson, and he gets brought down at the line of scrimmage. Nice tackle there to bring him down. They're trying to rip the ball free. There's about 4 or 5 Falcons that combine on the tackle.
And Foothill's defense so far so good on shutting down their star running back, Karis Johnson.
I'll say he got about 3 yards on the carry. Will Theophanopoulos, the player to make the stop. And a second down and 7 from the Grizzly 33 coming up. 2 receivers out right side, Owen under center. Fake the handoff again, and it's an inside give to Terry. Terry breaking tackles, finally brought down across midfield by Trevor Mays. That fake handoff to Johnson and the quick give to Terry is working wonders for California here at the moment.
And all 3 times they have ran this play, they have gotten major yards on that play there. Foothill has to lock it down there on the defensive front.
It's great. It's a well-worked play. Owen's a quick turn. Terry's through the line of scrimmage before you know it. And then we're looking at the fake handoff to Johnson. And once again, Foothill's defense bites. And that gives California first down inside Foothill territory now. Owen on the keeper. Spins around, goes across the 45 to about the 43. Second down coming up.
Fake handoff there. He tried to spin back around and come to the left side of the field, but Foothill's defense was right there to stop him. Great recognition by them.
So 2nd and 5. Very fast-paced first quarter here. Just a minute remaining. Here from Ernie Berger Field. California leads 7-0. The wideouts here near side. Blake Guardino, number 4. CJ Cornwell, a touchdown scorer in the slot to the left of the formation. Terry in the single back here. It's a quick out route. It's tipped at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. Looking for Johnson coming out of the backfield, but tipped by a Foothill player at the line of scrimmage, and a third down coming up.
Yeah, and that was number 59, Perry Shaney, the junior linebacker for Foothill. Great way to get his hands up there, breaking through the backfield, saw what was happening, got his hands up, was able to tip the ball and cause a disruption in the play there.
So a third down and 6. California. They made Foothill pay on a third down play earlier on the touchdown pass to Cornwell. Can they do the same again? It's an end around to Johnson. Johnson sidesteps inside, but Foothill's defense is there to bring him down. Matt Louie combining with another Foothill player on the tackle.
Matt Louie, great job by him keeping his eyes on Karis Johnson there. During that, they've been doing pretty good and not letting him get his feet moving. He has some speed to him, so if they can continue to shut him down, that's a big part of California's offense that they are stopping.
They may have time for one more play here before the end of the first quarter, but it's a 4th down and 3, and California going to go for it here. We've got about 5 seconds, so they need to snap the ball quickly if they're going to get this play off before the end of the quarter. They do indeed. It's an inside handoff again to Terry, and again, California get a 1st down. As Foothill have no answer for that play at the moment.
Well, the Foothill's defense, middle men are just getting driven back, and that's how that play keeps working for Foothill. Your nose guard and your defensive tackles have to lock it down there on the inside when they are running those fullback draws like that.
The end of an entertaining first quarter then from Ernie Berger Field. California leads 7-0. Harold, what do you have for us?
PlayOn Sports is on Facebook and Twitter giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at PlayOn Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
Thank you, sir. Harold Mills, Stephen Davies, James Davies, and Omar Lewis then from Ernie Berger Field. Getting ready to start the second quarter of action here in this North Coast section. 2012 Division I second-round playoff game. California with a 15-yard touchdown pass from Cameron Owen to C.J. Cornwell. The difference in this one. And after a Griffith Gates fumble on another promising offensive possession for Foothill, California once again knocking on the door. Had a 4th and 3 that's to end that first quarter of play. But an inside handoff to Austin Terry has garnered the Grizzlies another 1st down. Thoughts on the first quarter, Harold?
Well, California High has done a great job of moving their offense, but kudos to Foothill's defense for stopping a lot of their big run plays and not allowing their running backs to get up the field as they have. Foothill had, as you said, 2 promising drives, and the 2 Griffin Gates fumbles kind of cost them those there, so they limit on those fumbles there. I think they have a good chance of putting some points up here.
Wide out far side, Blake Guardino. Terry in front of Johnson here in the eye. Tight end right side, Owen under center to give to Johnson behind the block, and here goes Johnson, gets tripped up at about the 25-yard line. Johnson threatening to get to the outside there, but brought down by Foothill's defense.
Foothill's defense able to get to him in no time before he went to the touchdown. But Karis Johnson, they're going to keep feeding him. They really want to get this guy going in tonight's game.
So 2nd down and about 2 to go here for California. 8-yard carry by Johnson on the previous play. He'll be behind Terry once again here with Guardino this time lined up to the right side. Owen turns, hands off to Johnson. Nice sidestep there. Look at Johnson go. Johnson to the 5, but tripped up just shy of the end zone. Johnson dancing around there. Fancy footwork indeed. And Johnson busting out on the last 2 plays.
Karis Johnson got the ball in the middle of the backfield, took it to the outside, then saw the hole and stepped on the Jetson, was just a fingertip away of getting the touchdown. But that looks like that play is going to be coming back.
It is indeed. And that's a shame because Karis Johnson for the first time tonight with a nice sidestep. It's a false start against California. The 3rd false start now in this first half of play. And that's a shame because Johnson made a great sidestep and move at the line of scrimmage. Cut back to the middle of the field. And only a last-ditch tackle would have saved. Would have been his first touchdown of the night. So a loss of yardage there on the false start. We'll push him back 2nd and 6 now from the Foothill 30-yard line. More movement on the line of scrimmage.
That's going to be on California High, I believe.
Officials conferring then center of the field. Penalty goes against Foothill, so offsides on Foothill's defense.
Well, you've seen 2 offensive linemen and defensive linemen move at the same time, just who moved first. And from the rest point of view, the Foothill defender moved first.
So 2nd down and 1 then. I formation again here, Guardino right side. It's a handoff to Johnson. Breaks a few tackles, keeps it low to the ground. Johnson across the 10, to the outside, to the 5, to the end zone. Touchdown, Karis Johnson. 25-yard touchdown run.
Darius Johnson there showing his speed, but power, also breaking through two defenders of Foothill and able to get into the end zone. Touchdown, California High.
Almost a carbon copy of the run that we saw earlier on in this drive, with Johnson making a cut right around the line of scrimmage. Kept both arms around the ball, bounced to the outside, broke a tackle around the 10, and then was able to get into the corner of the end zone. California looking good here, up 13-0. And on to attempt the extra point, sending that one up and through the uprights. Nate Grixey converts his second extra point of the day, and with 10:31 to go, second quarter of play, it's California 14, Foothill 0.
PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Friday night football action, but is also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championship events in all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com. High school sports lives here.
We've got some great games on Play On Sports here in the North Coast section tonight. None greater than, well, this one, of course, but also De La Salle and Pittsburgh. And, well, quite the game brewing over there at Owen Owens Field. It's De La Salle 7, Pittsburgh 7. After the end of the first quarter, the Pirates already have over 100 rushing yards. Cardinal Newman up over Ensenada 14-0. And two more scores here. Annalee over Campolindo at the start of the second quarter, 14-7. Clayton Valley up over Dublin, 7-0. Michael Smith, our colleague here on Play On Sports, doing the De La Salle Pittsburgh game. Probably having a coronary, I think, at this point already.
Very exciting game going on over there.
Without question. California, though, very much in the driver's seat here. The second-seeded Grizzlies already with 2 touchdowns. One a pass from Cameron Owen to C.J. Cornwell, and then a 25-yard touchdown run by Karis Johnson to put the Grizzlies up by 2 touchdowns here in the early part of the second quarter of play. So back underway. Long kick, sent it to the end zone. How about that, Boots?
Excellent, excellent kick.
That was the JV call-up. Spencer Thompson-Myers just absolutely crushing that one. A touchback then was Foothill's drive on their own 20-yard line. Boy, at this level in particular, you have a kicker that can do that. It's going to make it very tricky indeed for Isaiah Langley tonight. Remember Langley getting a 94-yard touchdown run, or kickoff return, I should say, in the 36-7 loss to California on the 28th of September. 1st and 10, Foothill then. Foothill go 3 wide here, or 4 wide, excuse me, with just Griffith Gates alone back. Pass is complete to Hudson, and he gets wrapped up. Nice job of recognition there by California's defense. A quick out route to Hudson, and they were there to snuff it out.
The defensive back there for California High saw that play happening. They're starting to adjust to that play there that you'll see Foothill run a lot of tonight.
That's been the way I think they've started every possession tonight, that quick out to Hudson. And this time California's defense is ready for it. No gain on the catch then by Ray Hudson, and they'll set up a 2nd and 10 for Foothill. So Hudson, the receiver out right side. They'll go with the end around here to Langley. Langley trying to turn the corner. That might be, let's see, they definitely got a piece of the California Grizzlies face mask there going around the corner, but he's forced out of bounds. And Foothill looking at the 3rd and about 7 here.
Langley trying to run to the outside and ran all the way to the sideline trying to look for a hole to cut up in, but there was none there. California's defense is playing great football here.
Actually say no gain on the play, so Foothill are struggling to get something going on this possession. Looking at the 3rd and 10. Have to figure going to the air here. And they'll go with an empty backfield. Gates tight end right side, 3 receivers out right, excuse me. Kearns looking right, has time, fires, passes through the hands of Hudson. Thrown a little high there by Kyle Kearns, but good coverage all the same by Zach Guardino. And Foothill will have to punt.
Zach Guardino there with a great coverage right in the pocket of Ray Hudson there. As he was looking from over the middle, the ball went through Hudson's hand with great defense on the left.
So Foothill have to punt. They will send on Parker Bryan to handle the kicking duties. Bryan, the senior, backup quarterback as well. So Bryan feels the snap. It's off a decent kick. That'll take a bounce around the 45-yard line of Foothill. So a short field coming up then for California. And Foothill's defense really has to make a big play here. They go down another touchdown here, and this could be a long night for the Falcons. California leading this game 14-0 with 9:30 to go in the second quarter of play.
And Foothill's defense, especially now that the California Highs have a great field position, Foothill's defensive line specifically has to hunker down and hold their position point of attack at that front line.
Been out on the field a lot over these last few minutes. Can Cal capitalize here with a handoff inside to Johnson? Breaks the first tackle, but is brought down. Maybe for a gain of about 3. A second down coming up.
Foothill's defense all over Karras Johnson on that one. They have to keep that kind of play up on the front defensive line there.
Johnson already springing free for 25-yard touchdown run earlier on in the quarter. It was 2 years ago that Johnson made his debut in the playoffs against Castro Valley, a 47-0 California victory. Johnson with 11 carries, 113 yards, and a touchdown in the rout over the Trojans. Second down then, it's a handoff, quick handoff inside to Terry, but Foothill's defense ready that time. Tackle made by Theophanopoulos. I'll bring up a third down.
Great recognition there by Big Theophanopoulos there in the middle to stop them before they got to the first down. Big third down play here for Foothill's defense.
Huge third down play. They really have to make a stop here to Foothill and prevent California from scoring any more points here if possible. 8:22 to go then. First half of play. And Owen will line up in the gun. Everyone to his right. It'll be Owen on the keeper. He'll dive forward. He's brought down by Griffith Gates. Now this is going to be close to the first down mark. I don't think he got it. He's going to be about a yard shy. I'd be surprised they bring the chains out here for a measurement.
They're singling fourth down.
Yes, they are indeed. So California need a yard here. They need to get to the 34-yard line of Foothill to continue this drive. So Owen over to the sideline for a quick chat. 1 yard needed here for California. 7:44 to go then. First half of play. Let's see if they'll give the quick handoff inside here to Terry. Foothill have 8 players in the box. Timeout called by California. That's their first. Harold, what do you have?
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your schools to sign up for the PlayOn Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
See if we got any updates here in the Pittsburgh De La Salle game. De La Salle blocked the 33-yard field goal attempt by Pittsburgh. Game, to the best of my knowledge, still tied up at 7. So California here on a fourth down here. They need a yard from the near side hash mark. It's Terry in front of Johnson here in the eye. 2 tight ends left side. Expect the inside handoff here. Owen turns, gives to Johnson. Johnson finds a gap. Breaks a tackle. I think on the second effort he got it. Foothill's defense did well to try and hold him up there at the line of scrimmage, but good second effort from the senior will give California first down.
Yeah, Foothill was able to hit him on the point of attack, but Harris gave, as you said, a great, excellent second effort there to keep his legs moving. And was able to roll in his way over the defender of Foothill and was able to get the first down.
First and 10, Grizzlies then from the Falcon 33. Blake Guardino, the receiver, out right side. The inside handoff again to Austin Terry for a couple of yards. Got about 4 or 5 or so on the carry. The second down and 5 coming up.
California High handed to Terry once again, getting positive yards there. And once they hand that off, they also fake a handoff to the wing back there. So that kind of confuses Foothill's defense because they don't want to commit everybody to the middle of the field, because then California's High's offense can hand it to their wing back and he can also break to the sideline too.
Owen is so quick to turn, and Terry's through the line of scrimmage before you know it. And this will now perhaps set California up for the pass here. They give it to Johnson inside, bounces off the player. Cody shields them coming into the backfield, but that limits Johnson to a couple of yards. A third down and about 3 to go.
Another big third down play here for Foothill's defense. They have to try to make something happen here to get their offense on the field and try to get something going for themselves.
They need to get a break here to be sure. This is a long drive by California, wearing down the clock. We're almost at the 6-minute mark here of the second quarter play. High formation, quick handoff again to Terry. So quick, but Foothill's defense is there, and that's the big play they were looking for. As this time they were ready for the quick handoff to Terry, as Shields and others combine on the stop.
Shields with a great play, and also Matt Louie coming in there, assisting in on the tackle there. Fourth down here for Foothill, and they have to get this stop here.
This is about well, they need about 3 yards. It's about a 42, 43-yard field goal should they choose to go for it, but you think here at California will be going for it. They are indeed. Crowd getting loud then. Terry to the right of Owen. It's another keeper. Owen dives over the pile, and that's going to be good enough for a first down.
Great player Cameron Owens there. Use his body for his team and dove over the pile of Foothill's defense and was able to inch his way over the first down.
Gets a big round of applause from the home fans. And you got to like that play anytime you see a guy diving over the pile like that. Owen not afraid there to leap over players. Gone as a crucial first down to keep this drive alive. California then from the Foothill 23-yard line. Owen will line up the end around. Oh, it's nicely worked to the outside in all kinds of space. And into the end zone is C.J. Cornwell for his second touchdown. 23-yard touchdown scamper by C.J. Cornwell.
And again, another confusing play call in the backfield for California High as they faked it up the middle and then handed it to C.J. Cornwell there. And he was able to break up to the outside for the touchdown, his second one of today.
Yeah, they faked the inside handoff. Cornwell came from the right side. Huge space opened up to the left. As pretty much the entire California formation lined up to the right side that time. And it was a foot race there to the end zone. And Cornwell, with enough speed to get into the end zone for his second touchdown of the night. He's got one receiving. Now he's got one rushing as well. It's a false start on the extra point, so that's going to push California back. 20-0 here. California lead with 5:05 to go, pending the extra point. Left foot senior kicker Nate Grixey to take it. Or number 19. Sends that one up and through the uprights. This is 40th extra point of the season. And California, with 5 minutes and 5 seconds to go, first half of play, lead this game 21-0.
A couple score updates for you here as a big one. Justin Sienna and St. Mary's are battling it out there. Justin Sienna is up 12-7 on St. Mary's. St. Mary's keeping it close with a very good Justin Sienna team.
Yeah, Justin Sienna, the number 1 seed in the Division 4 bracket. So we'll definitely keep the scores updated as we move through the evening. As we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, it's getting to crunch time now, the middle of November. And things are getting serious all over the North Coast section here in the 2012 playoffs. But for the second-seeded Grizzlies, they have not put a foot wrong here tonight. Touchdown pass from Cameron Owens to C.J. Cornwell to open the scoring in the first quarter play. And then Karis Johnson and Cornwell adding rushing touchdowns here in the second quarter. Comfortable 3-touchdown lead here. California with 5:05 to go in the first half. Imperative now for Foothill to get something going on offense. Short kick this time. This could be returnable from Langley from about his own goal line. Langley to the 10. Changes direction to the outside. Langley with the speed. 20 to the 25. Trying to cut back inside, but he's wrapped up. Good tackle made over there on the far side by Julian Thomas, the senior.
Isaiah Langley there, as you can see, he saw where he wanted to go and hit the sideline and got a couple yards of the field. And right before he was about to bring it back, was able to get tackled down on the ground. California High was able to wrap him up in time.
He's got that long galloping stride, does Langley. Saw an opportunity there to the outside, but his attempt to cut back at about 25 is snuffed out. So Foothill will begin this drive from their own 25-yard line. Hudson and Anderson here, the receivers to each side. Kearns drops back, looks left, fires complete to Finney. That's a great catch at the 30. by Finney. He'll get across to maybe the 33-yard line. And quick out route there from the tight end will bring up a second down and short.
Yeah, ran out route there, but Finney with a great job of holding on to the ball. He was hit immediately as he caught the ball and took a pretty good hit there. Was able to hold on to the ball and actually keep his feet moving for a couple more yards up the field.
Be interesting to see if Foothill can involve Finney more on offense here on this possession. First time we haven't seen him go to Hudson on first down. So second down and short to give to Gates. Gates will get the first down as he goes across the 35 to about the 38. So a nice completion to Finney, sets up a short run for Gates. First down Foothill, and they'll move the chains.
That's what Foothill has to do. Get Griffin Gates to kind of wear this defense down a little bit, especially up the middle, and try to see if they can get some break something long here.
I think Coach Sweeney would be happy here with a touchdown before the end of the first quarter, and more importantly, keep this California offense off the field. Foothill will receive the ball to start the third quarter of play. So a touchdown here would certainly put Foothill back in the game, down 3 scores. Here's a quick out route to Holland. Nice grab by Holland. Good block there by Finney. Flag flies, though, near side. So, great block thrown by Finney there to spring Holland to the outside. But a flag came in at the conclusion of the play. Officials confer. It's holding against Foothill. And that might have been on Finney there as he sprung the block for Jamia Holland.
Great block by Finley there, as it looked like, but he just probably got to grab a little piece of the jersey there.
Officials still conferring here. That's going to push Foothill back. Here's the official call. It is indeed holding. I'll push it back 10 yards. They need to get to the Falcon 48-yard line here for another first down. So Foothill with some work to do here. First and 20. Clock rolling, 3:48 to go. First half of play. Hudson and Finney will line up receivers right side. Langley to the left side. Gates to the left of Kearns. Kearns with time. Sees the play break down. He's brought down. Nowhere to go for Kyle Kearns. This California defense swarms there with Paul McBam bringing him down.
Great play by the defensive end there. As Kearns tried to step into the pocket, and the defensive end for California High, Paul McBrien there, stepped in and grabbed him around his leg and brought him down for the tackle.
Second down and 18 then. Kearns is able to get 2 yards on the carry. 4 wide receivers here. Foothill 3 left, 1 right. Kearns gives it to Gates. Gates bounces around to the outside. Palms the man out of the way. He's brought down. Nowhere to go for Gates, and a third down and long coming up.
Gates tried to make something happen there by taking it to the outside and bouncing around to the, taking it to the inside and bouncing around to the outside. But Foothill's defense was able to get around to the outside, and they are just swarming all over these running backs for Foothill tonight. Kind of the same pattern that you've seen last game in early September.
Foothill were hoping that time with the 3 receivers lined up to the left side of the formation, they would help block downfield for Griffin Gates. But credit to California's defense that bring Gates down in the open field. And with 2:14 to go now in the first half of play, Foothill need a big play here on 3rd and 12. We'll go empty backfield, 3 right, 2 left. Pressure coming. Kearns steps up. Kearns now gets to the outside. Trying to find a receiver open. Dumps one off. Pass is complete. Nicely done, but going to be shy of the first down. See who the receiver was over there for Foothill. I believe it was Langley that made the grab.
Langley was the receiver on the grab there. Great play by the sophomore quarterback Kearns there to try to make more time for receivers to get up and found somebody, but just with this one, they're going to come short on this one.
Yeah, it's going to be about a 4th down and 3 required. Coach Sweeney will send on the punting unit. So it'll be Blake Guardino back deep for California. Parker Bryan on to kick for Foothill. 1:56 then. And what started out again as a promising drive for Foothill stalls. And Coach Sweeney elects to kick. Here's Bryan. It's off a good kick. That's going to take a bounce about the 25. So just what the doctor ordered. Dump it off quickly. He was looking for Terry there, but good pressure coming from Foothill's defense. Cody Shields coming up there to make the tackle.
Cody Shields, senior linebacker there, was able to shoot through the gap there immediately and get to Cameron Harris. And I think that's the first time we've seen Cameron Harris get brought down in the backfield tonight.
Yeah, he was a lot of pressure coming there off the play action. The incomplete pass brings up 2nd and 10. 2 receivers out left here for Owen. I formation behind. It's another quick handoff inside to Terry. And he's wrapped up around the knees by Perry Cheney. And a timeout by Foothill. That's their first. With a 3rd and 10 then coming up for California.
Great play by Foothill there. They're doing what they can to keep them out of the end zone here before the second half and try to get their team a shot and make it a comeback here in the second half.
De La Salle have taken the lead. Tia Pepe Vitali, a 3-yard touchdown run to break the deadlock at Owen Owens Field. They're up 14-7 with 5:40 to go in the second quarter of play. And Annalee extend their lead over Campolindo. Cougars have a lot to do, down 21-7 in the second quarter of play. And Justin Siena have extended their lead over St. Mary's. They're up 20-7 in the second quarter of play. Excellent crowd on hand here tonight. Bleachers in front of us full of Grizzly fans. So fine turnout here for this North Coast section second round playoff game. California staring at the 3rd and 8 here with 1:35 to go. An empty backfield here for Cameron Owen. Low snap, feels it, takes off up the middle. Here goes Owen using his feet across the 30 to the outside. He stopped shy of the first down. Good open field tackle there by Isaiah Langley. And he should be about a yard shy here, Harold.
Yeah, something you have to watch out for. Cameron Owens has a lot of good speed to him. He has good footwork coming out the backfield. Foothill safety coming up with a great open field tackle, but Cameron Harris able to get the first down.
Well, he did indeed get it. So it stops the clock there as they move the chains. 1st and 10, Grizzlies then from the 30. Cameron Owen uses his feet and he dropped the snap. Foothill say they have it. Hold on, and they do have it.
And this is what I was talking about. Foothill's defense coming out making a big play and has their offense in a great field position and plenty of time to make something happen here before the second half.
Yeah, they have all 3 timeouts too, don't forget. It was Will Theophanopoulos to come up with a fumble there. And Cameron Owen never even had it in his hands. Ball dropped right in front of him. And that's just what Foothill needed now. Down 3 touchdowns, 1:17 to go. Well within striking distance of the end zone here. Holland and Hudson receivers off left side. It's an empty backfield here for Kearns. Can they buy him enough time? Kearns fires across the middle. It's intercepted. Picked off. They're going to try and bring it back. It's Peter Farina, the man that made the interception. He'll bring it back all the way to about the 30-yard line. Perhaps an ill-advised throw from Kyle Kearns. He was looking for Finney across the middle. And Farina nips in front of him for the pick.
And Kearns there, the quarterback for Foothill, just overthrew Finney by like 5 yards and threw it right into the hands of the California safety there.
Well, just like that, after the Owen fumble, Peter Farina picks off Kyle Kearns. And perhaps Foothill's best scoring opportunity of this first half comes to a grinding halt. There's a face mask on that interception returned by Foothill, which will push California up even further. They'll start this possession now from their own 33-yard line. Foothill squander a golden opportunity to get on the board. Play action, Owen firing left out of the reach of his receiver. He was looking for C.J. Cornwell here on the quick out route. Second down coming up.
He was feeling some serious pressure there by Mark Louie there from Foothill, and he just had to rush the throw there and overthrew his man there.
So second down. Minute to go in this first half. Grizzlies come to the line of scrimmage. Guardino out left side. Cornwell to the right. It's a give to Johnson. Johnson busts through the hole across the 35. Johnson still keeping the legs churning. To about the 37-yard line. And a third down, about 5 coming up here for California.
Karras Johnson keeping his legs moving, keeping the ball moving upfield, but Foothill had to rally around him and bring him down.
Clock rolling here, 40 seconds and counting there in the first half. Two receivers out tight right side. Quick handoff against Terry. Cost the 40. That's a first down. As he gets to about the 44-yard line.
Terry there with another big run up the middle. Tackled by Matt Louie there, was able to grab him around his legs just in time before he was really able to get going.
28 seconds and counting then, first half of play. All kinds of movement there up front. And the flags fly. It's a false start on California, so that will push him back. Now it stops the clock with 23 seconds. Pushing back to their own 40 then. Empty backfield, it appears, for Owen. Wingbacks Terry and Johnson rolling out, firing downfield just through the hands of Guardino. Diving to his left. Couldn't make the grab. Jameer Holland in coverage for Foothill.
Jameer Holland with a great coverage there to stay on Guardino there. Guardino was not able to bring the ball in. He tried to make the one-handed grab on the sideline.
13.3 seconds then remaining in the first half. California needs to drive 60 yards here to score again. Be figuring maybe get 2 more plays here before the end of the first half. We'll go 4 wide, 2 to each side. Empty backfield here for Cameron Owen. Steps up, and he gets wrapped up. Brought down by Matt Louie.
Matt Louie holding it down there in the middle of the defensive line for them to have play there. That's going to bring the half to the end.
It certainly does. The clock ticks down to the end of the first half of play. And the second-seeded California Grizzlies go into halftime with a 21-0 lead over the 7th-seed Foothill Falcons of Pleasanton. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back to recap all the scoring from the first half of action. You are tuned to the 2012 North Coast Section Division I second-round playoff between California and Foothill. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP. We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
one match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
We are back with you live on PlayOn Sports here at Ernie Berger Field on the campus of California High School in San Ramon, the 2012 North Coast Section Division I playoffs. Second round between the second-seeded California Grizzlies of San Ramon and the 7th-seed Foothill Falcons of Pleasanton. All California in the first half of play. Let's recap the score in California. Opening the scoring here with a 15-yard touchdown pass from Cameron Owen to C.J. Cornwell. And that play coming on a 3rd and 9 on California's first possession of the day. And then California using the ground game to ruthless effect in the second in the second quarter, I should say. First on a 25-yard touchdown run by the senior Karis Johnson. And then that was followed up right at the end of the first half of play with a 23-yard touchdown scamper by the aforementioned C.J. Cornwell. California up 21-0. Harold, your thoughts on the first half of play?
California's offense looked like they haven't skipped a beat since they had the bye week.
Yep.
Last week didn't play a game last week and was able to come out here and put up 3 pretty impressive scores here. And some of their players, a lot of the receivers have been wide open, and they look like they're on beat here as they are the top seed here in tonight's game. But Foothill's defense has to do something to adjust to what California's doing. The front line of Foothill show on some plays that they can hunker down and stop them in the backfield. In some plays, Tierney is able to get up to the middle of the field, or Harris is able to get in the middle of the field and take it up the field. Foothill's defense just has to step up, bring more pressure to Cameron Harris, I think, on the pass plays, and they should be fine defensively. Offensively, 2 mistakes cost them. The 2 Griffin Gates fumbles cost them 2 big drives that looked promising for them in the first half there, and Foothill just has to kind of minimize on their mistakes, and the young quarterback Kearns for Foothill has to make some plays happen for his team.
Yeah, Gates was stopped on a 4th and inches back in the first quarter of play, and then an uncharacteristic second fumble for Big Senior on what was another promising Foothill drive. And then don't forget, after the Cameron Owen fumble towards the end of the second quarter of play, on the very next play from scrimmage, Kyle Kearns was picked off by Peter Farina, which snuffed out a potential Foothill scoring opportunity at the end of the first half of play. It's 21-0, then California lead. And while we've got a moment, let's give some quick shout-outs here, if we could, to the entire staff here at California High School. Athletic Director Dave Kravitz and his team have been very welcoming indeed, making us feel right at home here at Ernie Berger Field. So we definitely like to send our thanks and praise to Mr. Kravitz and his entire staff for having us here this afternoon. It's a small press box here at Ernie Berger Field, but they were very gracious to let us have the space here. And luckily for all of us, the rain has stayed away here through the first half of play. It was definitely a damp afternoon here, to say the least, out in the East Bay, but the rain has stayed away tonight. It's a cold evening here at Ernie Berger Field here in San Ramon. But California Grizzlies fans in high spirits at the moment, as they're certainly on their way here with 24 minutes of football to be played, leading this game 21-0. So we'll give you some more scores as we get them. Of course, the monumental upset alert is definitely valid right now with De La Salle just up over Pittsburgh, 14-7 at the half. And that's a game we're also covering here on PlayOn Sports tonight. Michael Smith on the call there. The always excitable Michael Smith doing the play-by-play tonight in Concord for the matchup between the Spartans and the Pirates. Don't forget, the Pirates were the last team to defeat De La Salle all the way back in 1991, a 35-28 victory at the Oakland Coliseum. And I think it's safe to say the Spartans are probably long overdue for a loss here in the North Coast section. It was a couple of years ago. Don't forget, the Bellarmine almost defeated De La Salle. That game having to go to overtime. Bellarmine missing potential game-winning field goal.
De La Salle always tough in the playoffs. I know firsthand, coming from San Leandro High School, we played them 3-4 championships in a row at the Coliseum, and they got us every time back when they had Maurice Jones-Drew on their team. And De La Salle's always been tough. They always got good players and turn out good players there every year.
Did you play during the Dennis Dixon days?
Yeah, Dennis Dixon was my quarterback.
Okay.
At San Leandro High School.
Excellent. Pirates maybe not quite doing, or San Leandro Pirates maybe not quite doing as well these days as they were back then.
Unfortunate, but we'll get better.
Annalee over Camp Linder, 21-14 in our other game we're covering here on PlayOn Sports tonight. Don't forget, PlayOn Sports, as part of the North Coast section and beyond, is your home for playoff coverage in every sport. We do football, basketball, baseball. We even do tennis and cross country. So there's something there for everybody. And we're proud to present the San Francisco Championship game on Thanksgiving Day from Kezar Stadium. Michael Smith and myself on that call. So we've got you covered for football playoffs all over the North Coast section and beyond. Ready to start this third quarter of play then. The Grizzly fans rise to their feet as Foothill will receive to begin this third quarter of play. And they need to get something going here in a big way. Jamia Holland back to the far side. Isaiah Langley to the near side. And it'll be the JV call-up Spencer Thompson-Myers then to kick from the 40. We've already seen Thompson-Myers crush one out of the back of the end zone already this evening. Let's see if he can repeat the feat here. 24 minutes of football remain then from Ernie Berger Field. And we are back underway. And look at that. Huge crushing kick from Thompson-Myers. Goes through the hands of Langley for a touchback.
Another excellent kick there from the kicker from California High, pinning him all the way back, making it difficult for the speedy returner from Foothill to return anything.
And he's a JV call-up. I mean, can you imagine when he's playing for the varsity full-time? They're going to have quite the boot there for seasons to come. They've also got what looks to be a fine starting quarterback, too, in Cameron Owen.
Definitely. Cameron Owens is looking to coming into his own here, and he's going to be good for the years to come.
California, the 2nd seed in this 2012 Division I playoffs. Foothill, the 7th seed. They've got to find quarterback of their own in Kyle Kearns. He'll hand off to Griffith Gates. Gates doesn't get very far on first down. And I'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And that's been a big thing for California's defense here, is shutting down big Griffin Gates, and they have done an exceptional job here tonight in doing that.
No gain on the carry by Griffith Gates on first down. Went off tackle to right side. Foothill trailing by 3 touchdowns. And imperative for them here to score on this opening possession. So they'll go with 3 wide receivers. Hudson out right side. Jamia Holland and Ryan Anderson to the left. Kearns with pressure coming, has to dump it off. Passes through the hands of Griffith Gates, incomplete. A lot of pressure there on Kyle Kearns. Coming from Kevin Leafley that time.
And Cal's defense putting some serious pressure on Kearns there, a young sophomore quarterback from Foothill. And they was trying to run a screen play to Griffin Gates there, but he had to dump the ball off a little quicker than what he wanted to, and the ball went right through Gates' hands.
So Kyle Kearns and the Foothill offense already staring at now at a 3rd and 10 with 11:15 to go, third quarter. So they'll have Finney light up wide left. Hudson in the slot to the left. Kearns, 7-step drop, pressure coming, and he gets wrapped up for a sack. Brought down by California's defense. That's Kevin Leafley again. The captain with a big play.
Leafley on his 2nd sack of the day. He's coming up big for California High School's defense. And California defense came out setting the tone early here in the second half and getting this crowd riled up.
Certainly is. Leafley's had an outstanding game for California, and it's continuing here in the second half as Foothill send on Parker Bryan to kick from his own goal line. Did a good kick last time. This is a decent one as well. That's going to take a hop and be down just about midfield by Trevor Mays. So Foothill go 3 and out. California's offense back out on the field.
And I'm pretty sure Foothill's offense wanted to get something more happening here, but Cal's defense is just all over them on every aspect of the run and pass defense, and Foothill just has to try to do something to get something going here. Hopefully their defense can make a big play here to try to get some momentum for themselves going.
Well, Foothill having to go 3 and 4 wide now. Puts a lot of pressure on the offensive line, and you saw Leafley come through that with like a freight train to bring down Kyle Kearns. California Grizzly offense back out on the field. Owen hands off to Johnson. Johnson across the 45 before he's brought down, combining on the tackle at Jamia Holland and Cody Shields.
Kerry Johnson out the backfield. He's so explosive out the backfield. He gets the ball, takes a step, and he is moving and moving fast.
Johnson coming over to the sideline there. It looked like he took a shot there at the end of the play, so it looks like he'll take a play off here. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on here. Maybe just a play off here. In the meantime, Terry in the backfield. He's joined by Blake Beerwith now to take over. It's an inside handoff. Breaking a tackle was Beer with there across the 40 to about the 35. That should be good enough for a first down. So Blake Beer with wastes no time. Taking full.
Beer was there with a great run, and that would be more than enough for the first down for California's offense.
And Beer with first carry of the day, making full use of his opportunity out on the field, and he'll stay out now for Johnson. I formation here, one receiver out right side, that's Guardino. It's turning the handoff to Beer with. Off left side, about the 32. It's another solid carry there. Like Blake Beer with the junior, 6 foot, 195 pounds.
The offensive line, you got to give credit to the offensive line of California High. They are doing what they're supposed to do, getting low, driving the defensive line of Foothill back, and this is the reason why these California High running backs have been able to be so successful tonight.
Beer with 54 carries to 333 yards on the season. He's had back-to-back carries here. Terry in the game now. It's an end around here. Nice moves there by Cornwell, but he's wrapped up. And a third down coming up now. It'll be a 3rd and 7 from the Falcon 32.
C.J. Caldwell there trying to change directions there, but Foothill's defense swarming to the ball and was all over him.
Foothill's defense, no doubt. We're happy to see the halftime comes. They spent a lot of that first half out on the field. And after the Foothill offense goes 3 and out, defense needs another big play here. Got 4 guys back in coverage. I formation here for Owen. Handoff inside to Beerwith once again. And that's going to be another first down.
Beerwith coming out here and imposing his will on this Foothill's defense. Every time he's gotten the ball on this offensive possession, he has gotten positive yards, and he's just having his way right now.
Still no sign of Johnson back in the huddle here for California. And after being brought down earlier on in this possession by Shields and Holland, he's not come back in the game since. So Terry and Beer within the backs here behind Owen. Once again, Guardino, the receiver out right side. Pressure coming, picked up. Owen fires and incomplete. Had the Foothill defense or secondary all crossed up there. Guardino, the intended target. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
Guardino was wide open down the sideline there. Could have made something happen. Just turned around too late, and the ball had already sailed behind him.
Also, throw, was intended for Cornwell. It was Guardino that made the cut back to the center of the field. And he'd done a nice job of shaking the coverage there, but Owen going outside there, unable to find the target. Brings up a 2nd down. Terry, the single back here. Give on the end around to Beerwith. Makes a cut up the middle. Beerwith still going. Breaks the tackle. And he is in for the touchdown. Blake Beerwith scores on his 3rd carry of the possession.
And Beerwith there running hard, breaking a couple tackles and hit a spin move right at the end of the goal line there to get into the end zone. Great run by him and great blocking by the offensive line of California High School.
Well, no let up in the quality of these running backs for California tonight. Johnson goes out. They bring in Beer with 3 carries on the drive. Now the extra point is going to be taken by Johnson. He gets to the outside. I'm sure there was a muff snap, but he almost capitalized there as Johnson took it around the left side, but Foothill's defense snuffs him out. So thanks to the 35-yard touchdown run by Blake Beerwith, California now up 27-0 on Beerwith's 9th touchdown of the year.
Hey, don't forget, stay tuned for the PlayOnSports.com post-game show where we will select our player of the game as well as wrap up all the action from this ball game. That's coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
Thank you, sir. Stephen Davies, Harold Mills, James Davies, Omar Lewis from Ernie Berger Field and California are well on their way here to the semifinal round. Up 27-0 here over the 7-seeded Foothill Falcons of Pleasanton with 7:41 to go in the 3rd quarter of play. Thompson Myers already with 2 touchbacks on the night. He's looking for his 3rd. Right-footed kicker. or left foot, excuse me. That one might be returnable for Langley. Fields it on the goal line. Langley to the near side. Trying to get to the outside. Oh, pressure coming. Look at that. They swarm all over him. Langley probably should have let that one go. But instead, it's Blake Brown, the junior, with a fine tackle there to bring him down.
Sophomore returner there, Isaiah Langley, trying to make just a little too much happen and trying to do too much dancing in the backfield there. And she probably should have just let the ball go, like you said, or try to get upfield as far as he can. California's special team flies down the field and wraps him up very, very quickly.
I mean, Thompson Myers pinned him over in the corner of the near side of the field. Would have been tough for Langley to return with the special teams bearing down on him, but unfortunately now that's pinned Foothill well inside their own half of the field. They're going to start this drive on their own 5, and Foothill have had some real difficulty moving the ball in the recent part of this game. 4 wide receivers, and Kearns, quick step, drop, fires through the hands of Holland, incomplete. Holland turning a little bit too soon, and a second down coming up.
Yeah, Holland there too anxious there, trying to turn and catch the ball and run with it, but just reacted a little bit too quickly to that play, and the ball sailed right by him and actually hit his hand and he dropped the ball.
Probably wouldn't have mattered that much, as Daniel Hornet was right there for California. And this defense now, they want the shutout. They don't want Foothill to score here with this big 27-point lead they currently enjoy. This will be a big confidence boost for the entire Grizzly team if they can keep Foothill off the board here tonight. Second down and 10 then from the 6. Kearns quick drop, fires left side through the hands of Hudson. Almost intercepted. That was a diving Daniel Hornet there. Almost picked that one up off the hands of Ray Hudson.
And Ray Hudson there coming in, and Jamil Holland's spot running the same play, just to a different player there. And once again, California's defense is all.
Yeah, Hornet was almost in the right place at the right time. The ball was thrown in there quickly by Kearns. Too strong for Hudson. Ball took a bounce up in the air, and diving Hornet just couldn't come up with it in time. 3rd and 10. Split backs behind Kearns. Man goes in motion. That was Langley. Flag flies. And this is a false start against Foothill, and that's the last thing they needed here. Already pinned up inside their own 10. Now they're going to be taking this 3rd down pretty much on their own goal line here, Harold.
And now the California Grizzlies here are probably going to be going in hard here defensively and try to get a safety here.
From the 2-yard line, Kearns goes under center, sends Langley in motion. They're going to fake the end around. Kearns from his own end zone, steps up in the pocket, but nowhere to go. Gets maybe back to the 5, the original line of scrimmage. And Kearns shaking his head as he exits the field. Back-to-back 3-and-outs now for California's defense. And they've just smothered Foothill here over the last quarter and a half.
Yeah, they've just been making their presence known defensively here on Foothill's offense. Foothill really have not been able to get anything going offensively here this whole game.
Since the Gates fumble, and here's Brian in the meantime kicking out of the end zone. Brian gets off a good kick. That takes an unfortunate bounce and fielded about the 32-yard line by Zach Wilhite. But since the Gates fumble back in the early part of the second quarter, Foothill have really struggled moving the ball.
Yes, they have. Gates fumbled earlier, 2 times earlier in the first half, and just haven't really been able to bounce back from that. You haven't really seen anything big happen for Foothill except for the fumble that Cameron Owens had in the front before the second half, and then the devastating interception that Kearns threw. So Foothill is really looking for something big to happen for them to try to get some type of momentum boost here.
And now with a very short field indeed, California could potentially finish this game off right here. That was Terry going in motion right to left. They fake the handoff. Owen with time steps up, has a wide open target in Guardino. Touchdown, Grizzlies.
Scored quickly. Guardino there wide open in the middle of the field. Cameron Owens with an excellent pass up the middle of the field for the wide open touchdown. California puts another one up on the board.
Cameron Owens' second passing touchdown, one to C.J. Cornwell, and now a 31-yard throw to Guardino, who'd beaten the coverage there to the post. And with 6:37 to go, this is turning into a rout. 33-0 the score, California lead. And they're going to go for two here with Terry and Beer with the backs here behind. Oh, and flags fly. This might be a false start here on California. Foothill offside, so they'll actually move that up about a yard or so. California will keep the 2-point conversion unit out on the field here. Wow, California wasting no time at all. After the short punt by Parker Bryan, first play from scrimmage. Owen with plenty of time to throw. Finds a wide open Guardino over the middle for his second pass and touchdown of the day. The inside handoff to Beerwith, and he kind of lost his footing there as he was diving for the goal line. They're going to say he's short. So good defending by Foothill there. Preventing California from converting. So 6:37 to go. California 33, Foothill 0.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you are enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Still close at Owen Owens Field. De La Salle up 14-7 with 5:56 to go in the third quarter of play. And then we just got an update. Tia Pepe Vitali, second touchdown. De La Salle, 21-7 lead.
And all the fans here have been keeping an eye out and tuning in to Michael Smith there, as we can see on their phones and listen to Play On Sports. I'm very interested in seeing the turnout of that De La Salle Pittsburgh game.
It's pretty neat to see the fans here actually watching Play On Sports. It's great to see, and as we mentioned, we are your home for high school sports here in the great state of California. Back underway then. Short kick this time from Thompson Myers. Returnable for Langley at the 10. Langley, good moves to the 30. Here he goes to the outside. So for the 40, Langley, couple men to beat. Changes direction, cross midfield and out of bounds. And that's just what the Falcons needed here. A good return from Isaiah Langley.
Well, they kicked it short that time, and he was able to get great field position for his offense, but that's why you've seen them boot it out the end zone, because they know what this kid can do. And from the last time they played on the big return he had on them last game.
So Langley brings that inside the California half of the field. So Foothill will start this drive from the California 48. They're down 33 with 6 minutes and 27 seconds to go, third quarter of play. And a change of quarterback here. They brought in Parker Bryan now to replace Kyle Kearns. Bryan dancing around, maybe gets 3 or 4 yards on the ground. I'll bring up a 2nd and 6.
Try to run the option play there with the new quarterback ball in there, but California's defense has all night has been all over it.
Parker Bryan, the senior, in the game. Son of former Piedmont Highlanders coach Kurt Bryan. It's 4 yards on the ground, or 3 yards, excuse me. It'll be a 2nd and 7 then from the 45. There's a pitch to Langley. Does well to field that in with one hand across the 40 to about the 35-yard line. Foothill moving the chains. Langley did well to reel that one in, Harold.
Yeah, reached out with one hand and was able to bring it in. Foothill's offense driving, but as now will be penalized again and will hurt them on this play.
While we've got a quick moment, we've been handed a Post-it note that says, Cal High fans, the Ullman family, watching on the beach in Hawaii. My only question is, if you're watching the game in Hawaii, I think the beach is a pretty nice place to be.
You sit back on the beach, chill back in your chairs, and watch the game, some football, some high school playoff football.
But we're glad you're tuning in. Thanks for doing so, and no doubt happy that the Grizzlies are up 33-0 here. But, man, can you imagine that? That's how it is out here right now, cold and drizzly and the middle of November. So hopefully they're all having a great time out there in Hawaii. It will be 1st and 10 Falcons here. Some conferring here between the officials. So it's a holding penalty against Foothill, and it's going to be second down. So fortunately for Foothill, the penalties have certainly not helped them out here today. Second or third holding penalty of the game against the Falcons. And they need to get to the Grizzly 38-yard line here to get a fresh set of downs. So it's 2nd and 14, 5:38 to go, third quarter of play. Bryan will roll out right side, throws, pass complete to Hudson at the 40. Hudson down to about the 37. That might be good enough for a first down.
Great play by Foothill's offense there. They ran the fake option pitch, and the quarterback just stepped back into the pass and passed it, and Ray Hudson was open over the middle of the field.
Parker Bryan, the senior, spelling the sophomore quarterback Kyle Kearns, and moving the change here. To the 37-yard line of California. It's 1st and 10 Falcons. 3 wide receivers, 2 right, 1 left. Bryan on the toss. It's loose for Holland. He does well to scoop that up and actually make something happen there as he maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. Parker Bryan there almost threw that one away.
Luckily for Foothill, Holland had his head on the swivel and was aware of what was going on. He was able to scoop the ball up quickly there and was able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
With 2 players bearing down on Jameer Holland, and credit to him, not panicking there. The ball taking a couple of tough bounces off the field turf. So Holland does indeed get back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10 Falcons from the California 37. Hudson and Finney receivers left side. Ryan Anderson to the right. Handoff Griffith Gates to the inside. Across the 35 to about the 33. That's going to bring up a 3rd and about 6 to go.
Griffin Gates bowling his way in as they're starting to get the ball back to their big man there. Griffin Gates trying to pick up some confidence here as he gets a couple of handoffs here in this possession.
So there's a 3rd down and 7 then from the Grizzly 34-yard line. California want to preserve the shutout here. Foothill needs 7 yards. Need to get to the 27. Bryan on the keeper. Cuts inside. But he's going to be wrapped up well shy of the first down mark. A couple of California defenders in there to bring him down.
Again, another fake option pitch there. Only this time he kept the ball and was able to find a hole up the middle of the field and was a couple yards short of the first down, 4th down.
It's Mahe Fafita to make the tackle there for California. So, yes, they are indeed 3 yards shy. A bit too far away to attempt a field goal here. So, Foothill really with no option here but to go for it. So, Bryan will go on to center here. Split backs Holland and Gates behind him. And they got Kearns back in the game. Now they're going to fire downfield. Oh, nice over the incomplete, surely, but that was almost a sensational over-the-shoulder catch over there on the far side by Cody Shields. Turnover on downs, and the play is battling for it all the way along the sideline.
That was a battle for the ball. The ball probably switched possessions 3 different times, but by the time somebody had it, they was already out of bounds.
They brought Kearns in there on the 4th down play to try and make something happen down that far sideline. And Cody Shields almost pulled off a sensational grab, but California defender battling with him all the way. Both players going out of bounds. Pass ruled incomplete. California's offense back out on the field with 3:43 to go in the 3rd quarter of play. Guardino and Cornwell receivers out to the far side. I think there's going to be a change quarterback here for California as well. Ball is loose. Quarterback's arm appear to be going forward. That's Matt Lorenz in the game. Under center now for California.
That was Mark Louie there coming in untouched. The senior linebacker from the outside and put a pretty good hit there on the California's quarterback and almost caused a turnover there.
Yeah. Difficult to say whether that was a forward pass or fumble, but California able to get the ball back. As we mentioned, the change in quarterback then for the Grizzlies. Number 12, Matt Lorenz in the game, the junior signal caller, 6'1", 165, wearing number 12. It's taken over for Cameron Owen, who, to his credit, has had an absolutely fantastic day out there for the Grizzlies today. Turning the handoff up the middle to the running back, Suban Niatsi. Good head of speed there by Niatsi up the middle of the field. And he's going to be just shy of the first down and 3rd and 2 coming up.
Yeah, Foothill's defense there stepping up there on that play, was able to shut him down on that run there.
You can imagine some of the second-team players for California getting some playoff experience here. Guardino and Cornwell remain in the game. Receiver, however, for California. It's Zach Guardino, sophomore in the game at running back. Now, a lot of pressure on Lorenz, and he's sacked. Flag flies. Matt Louie, among others, that are leading the charge for Foothill to bring down the junior quarterback.
Parker Dalton coming in there and grabbing him and wrapping him up and bringing him down to the ground. Came in right through the A-gap there and was able to get to the quarterback.
Matt Louie's had an outstanding game for Foothill on a defensive line. Definitely one of the bright spots today for this Foothill defense. So 3 and out, and California will punt. It's Karis Johnson on the field to handle the kicking duties here for California with 1:46 to go. He gets off a good kick. Ray Hudson back deep for Foothill. It's going to take a couple of hops. And a kind California bounce down to the Foothill 37. So Johnson gets off a good kick. And Falcon offense back out on the field.
Foothill offense want to get on the field and try to put a score up and try to get something out of this game and try to prevent from California pitching up a shutout.
Well, any potential suspense over at Owen Owens Field, I think, is sadly being erased. Pittsburgh turnover on downs. Chris Williams takes it in from 39 yards out. It's 28-7 Spartans, 3:43 to go in the third. Clayton Valley all over Dublin, 34-7. So Foothill's offense back out on the field. Kearns will remain in the quarterback. Play action. Kearns looking right. Pressure coming from the backside. He's going to have to get rid of it, which he does. Pass is caught by Jamea Holland. He bobbled it, but that's going to be good enough for a first down. Great concentration by Jamea Holland, as Kearns had to be on his horse to get to the outside. Rifles it in there for the junior, and he makes a great catch.
I don't think he was able to get it in. I think he dropped it right there at the last minute as they brought the ball back to the original line of scrimmage.
They did too. Good point. I was going to say that was going to be a tremendous grab from Holland. I didn't see it fall out there at the last second, but that's unlucky for the junior. Great concentration shown all the same. So it is indeed a second down and 10. Hudson Langley receivers. Parker Bryant back in the game. Great throw and catch by Hudson. Pushes the man out of the way. Hudson to the outside. 30, 20, one man to beat. 10-5, touchdown. Ray Hudson.
Ray Hudson there with a great reception there and was hit immediately. He kept his feet moving when he hit the ground and bowled over a couple of defenders from California High School and then showed his speed off and ran into the end zone as the future Cal Bear there was able to get a touchdown.
So difficult to bring down Hudson in the open field. A great throw from Parker Bryant, too. Hudson had to climb the ladder to reel that one in with both hands. And once he got to the outside, did show a little speed there down the sideline, leaving man in his wake as Hudson gets in for the score. So Foothill on the board. 2-point conversion. Bryant goes nowhere as he's wrestled down to the ground. So with 1:15, Foothill finally on the board thanks to Parker Bryant's 38-yard touchdown throw to Ray Hudson.
Stay tuned for the PlayOnSports.com post-game show where we will select our player of the game as well as wrap up all the action from this ball game. That's coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports. PlayOnSports.com.
Thank you, sir. See if we got any more score updates here. In the meantime, Rancho Cotade over Las Lomas 21-7. And over in the Central Coast section, I know we try not to do too many Central Coast scores, but a big upset in the making with Archbishop Mitty up over Oak Grove. It was 17-0 the last time I saw it. It's 24-0 now at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Oak Grove with 10-0 going into that game. Mitty just 7-3. That's quite the upset brewing down there in the Central Coast section. So Foothill to kick then. Nico Caro. Right. So Lorenz will go on to center here. Single back. Two receivers out left side. A wing back as well. They give to the wing back coming off the left side. Player on the carry there was number 47, Simi Hangono. So the JV call-up. gets the carry, and boy, they're finding a way to get these JV guys some playing time here tonight, Harold.
And that's a good thing, especially for these young players, especially ones coming up from JV to get some varsity experience, so they can kind of get an idea of what the pace of the speed of the game will be when they move up permanently next year.
Yeah, looking through the media guide here. So it's 2nd down and 9. Again, a carry for hangout or inside handoff again by California. So quick on that counter move there. And that's just a play that Foothill haven't been able to stop all night long. That was Katab on the carry there for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, they kind of had their way there with that counter play on Foothill's. Foothill's defense just haven't had any answers for this rushing attack from California High tonight.
3rd down and 6 then. California. 9:20 to go then in the 4th quarter of play. Lorenzo final instruction running back here. Keeps it himself. Nowhere to go. Wrapped up. A couple of players there combining for Foothill. Alex Cervez to make the tackle.
Great recognition by the Foothill's defensive line there. Able to keep their eyes on the quarterback and look what's going on and keep their eyes on the ball, and was able to get on the ball carrier.
Perry Cheney also there for Foothill. So it's a 4th down and 6 then coming up. The ball on the 22-yard line, and they're going to kick the field goal here. So this is about a 39-yard effort here for Grixty from the far side hash mark. Snap is there. Kick is on its way. It is through the uprights and good. Grixty from 39 sends it through.
Excellent kick there. 35-yard field goal for the young kicker there tonight. Great kick.
It shouldn't come as a surprise to the Falcons, however, because Grixty sent one through from 40 yards out when these two teams met back in September, and cool as ice there from 39. How about that? 39-yard field goal from Grixty is good. And California increased their lead. It's 36-6 here with 8:29 to go in the 4th quarter of play.
Foothill's going to be coming out offensively, trying to put another score up on the board here. And just try to do something offensively, get their young guys in, get some experience for their young guys for next season as they prepare themselves for another season in 2013.
Campolindo clawing their way back against the Annalise, 24-21 at the end of the 3rd quarter. De La Salle still up 28-7. That game now in the 4th quarter. And the number 1 seed, Clayton Valley, all over Dublin, as we mentioned, 34-7. That game at the end of the 3rd. So Grixey will kick off here. It's a short kickoff. And Foothill will have it at their own 30, taken to the outside. And making a decent return is Nick Mendonça to about the 41-yard line. So a short field here for Foothill with 8:26 to go in the 4th quarter of play.
And Foothill coming out, trying to make something happen. Defensively, California wants to come out and still not have any let-off, still trying to keep up what they had going all game.
Foothill's best scoring opportunity was taken on that last drive with Parker Bryan fighting Ray Hudson. And Bryan will remain in the game here on descent. Foothill 1st and 10. Bryan on the keeper behind the blocking of Gates. Tries to get to the outside, but he's wrapped up. Nowhere to go for the senior as Jake Ryan, the junior linebacker, makes the tackle for California.
Jake Ryan there with a great play recognition there. Was able to bring the running back from Foothill down and quicken in a hurry.
So 2nd down, 2 yards gained on the carry there by Parker Bryan. 2nd and 8, Falcons. Bryan on descent here, receives to each side. Running back's calling for it. Bryan's looking downfield, hurls it for Hudson, almost picked off. Boy, Langley was running alongside Bryan all the way. Just shout, give me the ball, give me the ball. But Bryan instead trying to pick out his target man downfield and almost intercepted.
Well, he had Hudson open. He just overthrew him and almost caused another interception there for Foothill.
Peter Farina, the guy already picked off Kyle Kearns in the first half, was lurking in coverage there for California. So 3rd down and 8 then for Foothill. Clock stops at 7:46 to go. third quarter of play. And I wonder why the fans are beginning to leave, because it's just started to rain. So a light drizzle falling. Bryant rolls out right side, fires downfield out of the reach of Hudson, incomplete. Hudson would have to have Inspector Gadget arms to reel that one in, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Try to run the same play there again, just again, rush the throw, overthrew his receiver. Hudson was once again open.
Yeah, it's definitely started to rain here at Ernie Berger Field. Fourth down then. Foothill will punt, so Brian will kick from about his own 25 here. No one back deep for California here. 7:41 to go. Good kick from Brian. That's going to go end over end. That could really pin them back. Takes a tough hop on the turf at about the 24 before it's down by the Falcons. 36-6 the score here at Ernie Berger Field. California, very comfortable advantage.
And California will be looking forward to in their next playoff round next week, because I believe they should be playing the winner of the James Logan and.
Yeah, let's. I'll cue that up here while we got a second. California's offense back out on the field, be 1st and 10. Grizzlies then from their own 24.
Swisher, number 60, into the lineup.
So Lorenz, the I formation behind him, one receiver out right side. Foothill stack the box. It's an inside handoff to Katab. Maybe a couple yards. They'll bring up a second down.
Foothill's defense laying a couple hard hits to Katab there. Took a pretty good shot in the back there on that play.
Yeah, you're right. California will go on to face the winner of the James Logan Freedom game. That game will be played at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Rain really starting to come down now. Umbrellas in full display. 2nd and 6 then from the 28. It's a handoff left side. Good carry there by Hangono. Now they'll bring up about a third and about 3 to go.
3rd and 3 Foothill's defense. This is a big down for them. Defense, these young players on their defense, the ones that are coming in, try to make a statement for themselves here.
California looking to get back to the title game for the first time since 2010. In a bit of an off season last year, losing 29-28 to Freedom in the first round. They'd certainly like to make amends if they get to play De La Salle again. They defeat them 49-21 in the Oakland Coliseum. Here's a handoff to Hangono again, right side. But Foothill's defense stout. They snuff him out. And California should be punting here on 4th down, about 2 to go.
Great job of these players that came in that really didn't get too much time earlier in the game to come in and make a statement for themselves and going 3 and out here, making California's offense go 3 and out.
Trevor Mays, the man to make the tackle there for Foothill. And a timeout call by Foothill. That's their first of the second half. 5:49 to go, then 4th quarter of play. It's California up big, 36-6.
PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Friday night football action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championships in all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com, high school sports lives here. And stay tuned for the PlayOnSports.com postgame show, where we will select our player of the game as well as wrap up all the action from this ball game. That's coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
Thank you, sir. Don't forget, we are your home for high school sporting action here in more or less every sport that high schools in the state of California offer. We're there for golf, cross country, tennis, and of course football as well. And we'll be there all the way through the section, regional, and state championship games. Your destination for high school sports. Play on Sports. Here's a handoff and a nice carry there. Busting through the gap is Olu Agujuomo. Wagan Uomo, excuse me, the junior running back.
Junior running back there, making a great cut up the middle of the field there on the Foothills defense, and was one tackled away from taking that even further than what he did.
California have to be pretty close to them, 7 or 8 guys, different guys carrying the ball here tonight. Showing a lot of depth here are the Grizzlies. 5:25 to go. It's a counter play there to again Uomo, but he's wrapped up by Foothill's defense.
Foothill's defense all over him. That time was California tried to run the same play there. Foothill's defense prepared for it that time.
Yeah, California last year, the 9th seed in the Division I bracket, went up against 8th seed Freedom, losing a heartbreak at 29-28. But having garnered their second East Bay Athletic League championship, sharing it with San Ramon Valley. There's a handoff right side, a nice carry by Simi Hangono. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a couple extra yards. I'll bring up a third and about 8 to go.
He was tackled by Foothill's Ryan Alley there. Ryan came in there low and hard, was able to wrap his legs up and dip him in the backfield for a minimum amount of gain of yards.
Of course, with De La Salle ineligible to win the East Bay Athletic League title, California and San Ramon Valley sharing the honors this year, both with 5-1 records. So it's co-champions. California earning the 2nd seed in this Division I bracket. San Ramon Valley, the 4th seed, playing Amador Valley tomorrow night. Now, Lorenz fires downfield looking for his receivers, underthrown. A wobbly spiral thrown by Lorenz there looking for Dylan Schaefer, the junior. And Schaefer tried to backtrack, just couldn't come up with it.
Try to backtrack on a kind of a wobbly pass, as you said, kind of didn't get the ball off good. It's starting to rain a little harder there, so the ball probably slipped out of his hand a little earlier than what he wanted it to.
Yeah, Lorenz definitely didn't have the greatest grip on the ball there as he tried to throw. Trying to see if Lorenz is. It looks like he's not wearing any gloves there on his throwing hand. Interesting with the slick conditions here. 4 minutes 2 seconds. Incomplete pass. It's a handoff to Hangono. There he goes. Oh, tripped up at the last second there. Good tackle by Mendonça, but boy, Hangono showing the speed there to the outside. Harold.
Yeah, Hangono there. One tackle away from taking it to another big run for California High into the house.
Hangono's performance here reminiscent of Karis Johnson when he burst onto the scene 2 years ago in the 47-0 victory over Castro Valley. As you mentioned, Johnson had 11 carries, 113 yards, and a touchdown on that day. And Hangono not quite to that level yet, but showing speed and versatility to say the least. Garnering a first down, Lorenz dropped the snap, the ball's loose. The Foothill recover. It's certainly battle for it here between Lorenz and a couple of Foothill players. They're still wrestling for it. Finally, they're able to separate them. Let's see what the signal is here. Well, they say California recovered, but nervous moments there for Lorenz, to be sure. To get 2 players all over him, somehow he's able to wrestle that one away.
Well, it was a fight down there, and he was able to fight past 2 players and get the ball back for his team.
Big loss of yardage, though. Lorenz never really had a good grip, as we mentioned. Not wearing any gloves, so ball's certainly slick, to say the least. We'll go on to Santi here. 2 wingbacks to each side. It's an inside handoff, nowhere to go. Foothill's defense stout up the middle as Cody Shields and others lead the charge for Foothill on defense.
Shields and company all over the ball. As soon as it got handed off, they wrapped him up immediately.
Be 3rd down and 17 here for California. This game outcome long since decided. But what a day for Cameron Owen, the junior quarterback. An excellent performance, to say the least. 2 passing touchdowns, 1 to Cornwell, 1 to Guardino. Pass downfield is incomplete. Again, underthrown. Looking for Schaefer. About 5 yards behind him. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Schaefer, the intended receiver there, try to break back, but with the rain coming down harder, it makes the field slicker, and he slipped down and was not able to reel the ball in.
Rain only starting within the last 15 minutes or so of this game. Remained dry through 3 quarters, but certainly raining now at Ernie Berger Field. 4th down, 17 then. 2:23 to go. California going to go for it here. It's a handoff to Hangono. Oh, bounce off players down the sideline. Here he goes. 40, to the 30. One man to beat, and he's brought down by Griffith Gates. Well, Gates wasn't going to let him score like that. The young whippersnapper taking off down the sidelines. Big senior Gates brings him down. The Hang Ono, with speed and size, it's definitely going to be a threat in the years to come, Harold.
Yeah, just a sophomore this year, and he has great power and speed there, and you kind of figured a big run was coming. He was, these past few carries, he's only a couple of breaks away from going. He finally got it on this one.
He's going to be replaced by Kevin Pinney here, the senior running back. The Hang Ono is being the story of the second half. The future is bright here in San Ramon. Lorenz will hand off to Pinney. Try and turn the corner, breaks the tackle to the outside. Flag flies. He's wrestled down about the 10-yard line. Flag on the play. It's a holding call against California. So Pinney's first carry of the day will be negated by the holding call. They'll bring Hang Ono back out on the field. Well, the JV call-ups here for California today, Spencer Thompson-Myers, the kicker, and Simi Hang Ono, have had quite an impact on this game, to say the least.
Yeah, they have definitely come in this game and giving the fans a little bit of something to look forward to for next season.
Absolutely. So California needs to get to the 6 for a first down. They're all the way back now on the 30. It's first 25, California. Lorenz on the center. Will give to Hang Ono, and he's wrapped up this time. A couple of Falcons combined on the tackle, Zach Wilhite and Ryan Alley, to bring down the sophomore.
I believe that'll be Ryan Alley's second sack of the second half today.
Alley, the senior defensive back, 5'9", 170. A couple of guys, of course, will be playing their final game here for Foothill tonight. Ray Hudson and Griffith Gates, of course, the main players. Parker Bryan as well. Foothill, especially the defensive positions, have a bright future. Trailing big here, 36-6. Time running out now in this fourth quarter of play. And they're just going to let this one go. California move on to play another day as they defeat Foothill here 36-6. Their attentions will turn to the winner of the game tomorrow night at 7 o'clock between the number 3 seed James Logan Colts and Freedom. But they'll be back here next week to face the winner of that game. But for tonight, for the fans here at Ernie Berger Field, it's a big victory for California as they follow up their 36-7 victory against Foothill back in September with a 36-6 victory against the Falcons here in the second round of the 2012 Division I North Coast Section playoffs. We're going to take a quick break. We'll take a player of the game, and we hope to have an interview with said player in just a couple moments. So don't go anywhere, folks. We will be right back.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We are back on Play On Sports here with our player of the game, CJ Cornwell. CJ, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. A rushing touchdown and a receiving one as well. Must feel pretty good.
Yes, give a lot of congrats to my quarterback line for blocking.
How about Cameron Owen? I mean, he had an outstanding game here this afternoon.
Yes, great player. He got the ball there well. Played great under the rain. I give a shout out to him.
Yeah, I mean, considering you guys had a week off, California got a bye from becoming the East Bay Athletic League champions, got last week off. How did the coach keep you motivated in practice, keep your game spirits high?
He just told us it wasn't a week off. We still had to work hard, still condition the way we used to. So we just did everything normal, and we got ready for Foothill.
Yeah, and a tremendous victory for California here today, 36-6, the final score. I mean, it must feel pretty good for you to score a touchdown, not only receiving the ball through the air, but also taking one in on the ground as well. Yeah,
that's the position I play, receiving and I rush. So, again, shout out to the line and my quarterback.
And your thoughts now turn to next week. You'll be playing the winner of the James Logan Freedom game.
Yeah.
It's being played tomorrow night. Your thoughts on next week?
They're both tough opponents. We've got to prepare hard. They're ranked pretty high, so they both got 4-star recruits on it or whatever they do. So we've got to prepare hard.
And just the same thing that you've been doing all season long up to this point.
Working hard.
And tell us, lastly, how does it feel to be the Shed, to win the Shed championship with San Ramon Valley? I know it's not quite as good as winning outright, but still it must feel pretty good all the same.
Feels good to get a championship, but we wanted to win the whole thing ourselves.
Right.
So, yeah, it feels good, I guess.
Well, I have a feeling with Cameron Owen and CJ Cornwell, the future is certainly going to be bright here for California. Tonight, a big victory for CJ to celebrate, a 36-6 victory over Foothill. 2 touchdowns, 1 rushing, 1 receiving. CJ Cornwell is our player of the game. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. All the best of luck to you.
Thank you.
You did good, huh?
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Stephen Davies here, back with Harold Mills on our post-game show. I got to give a lot of credit to Harold going out into the rain there to get CJ up here to the booth, man. So props to you.
Yeah, they was real excited down there. We had to go in there and fish them out, but we were able to get them up here.
An excellent performance here from California today. Future is very bright at quarterbacking position here for California. Cameron Owen, absolutely outstanding game. Really, from the get-go, took total command of this game.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he had a good year with plus a good game today. They had a week off last week. And
right.
They were able to come out and perform the way they did and the way he did. And along with him and C.J. Caldwell and some other players they have, they look to make a deep run into the playoffs here this year.
And if it wasn't for the touchdown throw from Parker Bryan there in the third quarter to Ray Hudson, California's defense would have had a shutout on the board here today.
Yeah, and that's what they was trying to get, but Foothill was able to get something up on the board to their star Ray Hudson, who's going to be going to the University of California next year. But Foothill has a lot to look forward to next year with the 2 speedy running backs they got coming back next year, and Jamil Hamler and Isaiah Long. So
bright
future for them.
Foothill's season ends here at Ernie Berger Field tonight as California eke out a comprehensive 36-6 victory over the Falcons here tonight. California move on to face the winner of James Logan and Freedom. That game to be played at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. So California will be back here next week to face the winner of that game. For everyone here at Play On Sports, we'd like to say a special thanks once again to the staff here at Ernie Berger Field for making us feel so welcome here at the press box. So definitely want to give them some love, to be sure. For Harold Mills, my name's Stephen Davies. Also like to say thanks to James Davies, our videographer, and our producer, Omar Lewis, here behind us. From all of us here at Play On Sports, it's a big victory for California over Foothill here tonight, 36-6. We'll see you next week on Play On Sports' coverage of the North Coast Section football playoffs. Till then, goodbye for now.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.